morning, everybody. PJ here. Getting my coffee. But did have something show up today, and I don't never do unboxing things, but and I can't adjust this. I'll say again, I need to get me a tripod that actually afford this. I'm gonna get that old trusty juice. It's my favorite Leatherman. I don't know why. I don't know why Leatherman ever quit making them. These new ones they got don't have near the stuff on it. This thing has a little bit of everything in it. You know what? The package is good. So that's good. Good tape. Looks like the package is good. It's a big old piece of. You can tell this isn't a factory. This is something I got off of QTH with power. Alright. Set that over there. Oh, I don't do unboxing videos. Never comes out just like that. That's out of the way. Alright, wrapped up good. See that? Like I said, I found this on QTH. I absolutely love QTH because that's even where I've got my amplifier from. So I got the amplifier, I got the power supply down here. It's been working great. I had to do a little bit of stuff to it just to get the meter right, but I mean, for what you save, I'll take it. And we'll see about this too. This is used. It's over half of what you buy one for, maybe. So, you see that? MFJ 998. Legal limit automatic tuner. That's not bad. I mean, it looks like, a little wear on the top, but to me, aesthetics isn't as important as functionality. So I'll tell you what, it's got on the back, it's got 2 antenna ports. It's got a long wire if you want to do that. Got your grounding, got transmitter in. I like this. So it's got the amp protection. So I'll put this to the keyer on my amp, and it has the interface cable. Now, the guy had the interface cable for a little extra, but I didn't need it because I've got one. I got that when I had the this one right here. That's the little one, MFJ, and I love this little thing. Way better than an internal tuner. It's just so fast. But this one only handles 200 watts. Going to the amplifier, you gotta have one power. I don't don't know if I really even need it. I've been using it. But my 40 meter delta loop's pretty tuned. I mean, it's good. It's just I like that added protection, I guess. You know. I know it's good, but with this one I get another meter. I actually get a digital meter. It'll show me my forward, power forward. It'll show me my reflected power. Of course, you know, an SWR and everything. Plus, I can probably tune up antennas that I have on bands that I can't get, like 60 meters or something like that. So, I mean, they might not be most efficient, but at least it'll allow me to talk on my radio. So, I don't do that a whole lot, but like when Roger and them's on 60 meters and stuff, I'll get on there and talk. But none of my antennas are resonant on 60 meters, so I have to tune it or something. Well, I tell you what, keep you from watching me and the boringness of me putting this in this hole that I had to create. So I had to take this out, widen this, make it bigger, and I'm gonna put it right here. So I'll be back in just a minute, and once I get it in, because I'm gonna have to hook it up to the amplifier, the radio, the power, everything. So that's gonna take me a minute, and all you would see was my big behind right here, and you don't want to see my ass showing up. So yeah, I'll be back. Give me just a minute. All right, I'm back. I'll tell you what, you don't realize putting a new component in how much junk you've got back there until you get to doing it. So you gotta pull the amplifier out, pull the radio out, and then all this other stuff that I have up here. So I still ain't got nowhere to put my little FT3DR right now, so I'll find out a place for that. Now it'll sit right over here amongst all this other junk. But I haven't turned it on. We're gonna see, for one, that it works. Two, see how simple it is, because I'm not gonna, I don't know if he factory reset it. He said he would, or he wouldn't, depending on if I wanted to. I told him he didn't have to worry about it, so if he didn't, I'll do it later. So, we're gonna turn power on. That's the first thing. That says turn the radio on. So that's got its own power supply. So I see the meters working. Both of those are working. Turn the radio on. And we will see together. Because it's not reading my bands right now. I see that. But I also don't have it set up. So what we gotta do is we're gonna go into this DX10. So your radio might be different. I think it's under operating settings. Yeah. Tuning. Oops. I don't want to do that. No, maybe that wasn't it. It's been a while since I've changed the tuner. Where's it at? That's in general. Yeah. I've got it on external, so. Alright, so it's set, because I didn't use it on the, that's weird. So you got tuner select back. So right now, nothing else is on. It tuned it. Okay. So yeah, it found it. And you don't see, I wish I could get this off there. But it says 1.0. Of course, it ain't showing no forward. There's probably a bunch of people on here. Tell you what, let's go to 10 meters. There probably ain't nobody on 10 meters. Get all my stuff back where it goes. I got a bunch of junk. I really need to clean up my desk. I don't make it super long, so nobody likes big long videos. So 10 meters was high, you know, before I put this in. find a match, did it? That's weird. Now it says 1.5, so I guess it did. So I guess we now know that says 1.5. Must be using it says 5.9 reflected 2.9, so it's probably using around 8 or 10 watts, I guess, for to tune. I'm telling you, we're learning. This is the first time I've used this one. There's a lot more buttons. I know you can. Let me make sure I got the. It says antenna 1A, which I put it on 1, so I see that. So it's on the right antenna. Let's move up on 10. See, it switched to tune. Like here, it said it was in tune when I was on there, and then on my radio, the tune button showed back up. So that means I need to tune it here. So I must be seeing a mismatch. Loud, isn't it? There's a lot of stuff going on in there. But once you get it tuned, that's what I'm going to check. So we tuned it out of here. It says 1.5 is where it's got that. So now it should remember. When I have to go back down here and tune on this one. WR 1.3, 1.4. Yeah, that took a while. A lot longer than I thought it would. That little one right there, man, used to fly. It didn't matter. It comes in just a second. This one should start remembering the frequency, because like I say, I'm gonna go on up here. We'll see what it does. I'll turn my power to watch. I'm only at about 30 seconds. Is the frequency in use? Frequency in use. It's saying 1.9 forwards 2.013. Well, might play with that and make sure. I don't know. That's not reading the same. Somebody on that. Anyway, I'll play with it a little bit more. Like I said, I don't know much about it right now. I'm gonna have to. So it takes a lot longer than I think it should. So I'm gonna make sure I got everything hooked up exactly right. Everything's going. I'll play with it a little bit and see what happens. It should, once it gets to this point. There's people on 10 meters. He ain't moving no needle or showing no. Yeah, there's a few people on 10 meters. But anyway, this video is probably getting really long. Where I was boxing and everything. I'll play with it and we'll see what happens. Y'all have a good one, but new to the shack, new to me anyway. QTH, check them out. They got some stuff. I'm gonna play with it and see. I mean, it's saying 1.4. Just taking a lot longer than I think it probably should, but maybe that's what it does. I don't know. We'll find out. But talk to y'all later. AK4. All right, I've been playing with it a little bit, and I got it. At least working. I will say this, it's pretty loud when you actually need to tune it. But some of them is worse than 10 meters. It doesn't want to get a good match on it for some reason, so it takes it a while. 20 meters here, it says 1.6. That was higher up the band. So it went pretty fast there. It says 1.0. I've been listening to this frequency for a minute though. But you'll see though. Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use? AK4PJ testing. Now, one thing I've noticed though, it says it's got a peak hold meter, but I'm not sure if that's not working or what. you got to, it seems more averaging to me because I got to do this to get it to go up to where it does. I got this radio set at 100 watts. It's saying 110, reflected 2.5, SWR 1.3. This meter right here never goes up to 100. That says 110. This one don't go. So it's at 104 that time. So that meter and that's definitely not in jive with each other. This is the one on the amplifier. That's what a peak meter should look like. So I'm not sure. I mean, that one, it says 100, but when I'm talking, it don't. So watch. AK4 PJ testing. AK4 PJ testing. Hello radio. Hello radio. AK4 PJ testing. So I'm not sure. I mean, I can look over here on this one and tell. AK4 PJ testing. Hello radio. That's what a peak meter should look like. So I'm not sure if this one's, it says on in the menu. I've looked it up. It says peak on, so maybe it just don't work. I don't know. But the tuner does. So as best I can tell, because it didn't kick my amplifier off. Like on 15 meters, when I do that, I couldn't run over 45 watts on 15 meters. It would kick that into it. I can do the full 600 on it now. You know, of course, that's doing, it's making it think that everything's good. But anyway, it's making it think that everything's good, and it don't kick that off till a certain point, which is the full, what that reads at 600 watts. So the tuner's there to do what I wanted it to do. It keeps them from going into that default or that load fault thing on like 15 and 10 and stuff like that. Because the SWR is just a little bit high on the band I'm working on 15. It's pretty good. You can see on 20, it's pretty good on 40. Of course, it's a 40 meter delta loop, so you know, it should be. But when I moved it up higher, it moved my SWR, so the antenna really needs to be a little longer. But I ain't gonna fool with that, because it's way up there right now and it works. So a lot of good signals. I mean, not much going on today. There's some on 15 here and there. So there's a few. But anyway, that's where I'm at with it. Jive a good one. AK4 PJ.